And this is how we wrote the invitation letter. This is the letter of financial support to my parents, Mr. Sanjay Gupta and Mrs. Gita Gupta. We are also attaching their Indian bank account statements for the last 4 months. You can also see the other documents which... Hey everyone, this is the part 3 of Super Visa video series in which I'm going to show you the end-to-end process of sponsoring your parents or grandparents for Super Visa in Canada. In the previous two parts, I talked about the basic introduction, the difference between the regular or super visa applications for Canada, which one would be the right choice for you, how you can create an account, and how to completely fill all the details on the IRCC portal. So I would suggest you to watch those two videos to get familiar with the whole process. But in today's video, I'm going to talk about the documents. And yes, this is the most important part for any kind of visa application, because if you get anything wrong, any documents wrong, or fail to provide any required one, your chances of getting approval would be less, or I would say it's almost zero. Well, I'm not trying to scare you, but you need to keep certain things in mind when you are dealing with the IRCC and forms and the applications. I'll show you exactly what I did for my parents a few months ago. What documents did I upload, how to prepare them, and in case if you do not have something which is required, like the marriage certificate for your parents, what documents, what alternate documents you can provide in such situations. So stick around and watch this video completely till the end, and share the good news in the comments below. So as you saw in the previous video that we filled the online application forms for both the applicants in the Super Visa application. Now today we are going to focus on the documents. Yes, I'm going to show you all the documents which I uploaded for my parents in the Super Visa application. And remember, just like the application forms, you need to upload the documents separately for both the applicants. So we'll start with the father first. I'll click on continue. It will take me to the document page because I have completed all the information on the application forms. First, you have some background and introduction to the documents which you need to upload. So it says that the list of documents you need to give us depends on what you apply for. So we have applied for Super Visa. So the list which we are going to see at the bottom is tailored to the Super Visa application. So everything which you need to upload is listed in the supporting documents section below, and then you need to pay and submit the application. Then some information about the file size and accepted format, that your each individual file must be under 2 MB, and the format, these are the accepted format, but I prefer PDF format all the time. And now when you scroll down, you will see all the supporting document list. So here you have some mandatory documents which you need to upload, and if you scroll down further, there are some optional document as well. So scroll up and look at the documents one by one. The first document which we have here is letter of invitation. So what is letter of invitation? So this is the letter from the person who is already living in Canada and wants to invite their parents or grandparents from other countries. So in this case, I wrote the letter of invitation to my mother and father and asked them to come to Canada. I'll just click here to know that what details IRCC wants me to add on the letter of invitation. So it says that it's a copy of the letter from the person or business inviting you to Canada. The letter is known as the letter of invitation and must be written to you from the person or business. What the letter of invitation should state depends on what you exactly apply for. For instance, if you apply for a super visa rather than a visitor visa, there are a few more details that you will need to provide in the letter. And what you need to provide, that you must provide a written and signed promise of the financial support for your parents or grandparents for their entire stay in Canada. So you need to provide that letter of financial support of your parents. And the second one is that you need to provide the proof that your income meets or is above the low income cutoff, LICO. And what this LICO is, LICO is low income cutoff. There is a separate table on the IRCC website. I can show you that. So here you can see the LICO amount based on the person living in the house. So let's say if there are 4 persons living in the house, and you are in the area where the population is over 500,000. So this is the minimum household income you should have to be eligible for the super visa application. Now just let's go back to the application form here. And what else they need? It says that generally a letter of invitation should state that, okay, so we should include all these details in the letter of invitation: the purpose and the length of a visit, the nature of relationship between you and the person inviting you. So I'm inviting my parents, so I need to prove that they are my parents. I can provide my passport for that. The contact information of the person inviting you, which means my contact information and whether they are the Canadian citizen or the permanent resident. So now I can show you the letter of invitation which I prepared for my parents for this super visa application. This is the letter. I have named SK Geeta, which means my father name and mother name, and the letter of invitation. You can also see the other documents which I'm going to talk about in a bit. So let's open this letter of invitation. And to be honest, this is not going to be just one page document. You are going to include other pages as well to satisfy all the criterias by IRCC. So on the top, I have the name of my mother and father. This is going to be the common document. That's why I named it SK Geeta. So this is the common document for my mom and dad, which means that I will upload the same document for my mother section as well. So on the top, I have put the names, their date of births, the type of application is super visa application. Then I have my name and my wife's name here, and then the address and email ID, phone number. Why I'm including my wife's name here is because we both, me and my wife, are promising to give the financial support to my parents. So that's why I want to have my name as well as my wife's name on this invitation letter. And this is how we wrote the invitation letter. This is the heading: Dear Canadian Immigration Officer or Visa Officer, we, Arpit Gupta and Aishi Gupta, are providing this letter of invitation on behalf of our parents, Sanjay Kumar Gupta and Gita Gupta, whom we wish to invite to Canada. I, Arpit Gupta, was born on this date, and my wife, Aishi Gupta, was born on this date. We both are a Canadian permanent residents and currently reside at this address in Ontario, Canada. We both can be reached at, then we provided our phone number. Here we are providing our little bit of the background of like where we work. I, Arpit Gupta, employed as a this at this company, and while my wife Aiji Gupta works as a designation, and this is the company name. Through this letter, we are inviting our parents, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Gupta and Gita Gupta, to Canada from 1st September 2025 to 31st March 2026. So remember, in the second part, we talked about these dates. So these dates you have to be make sure that you don't change the dates. So we are inviting them from 1st September 2025 to 31st March 2026. Mr. Sanjay Gupta was born on this date and Mrs. Gita Gupta was born on this date. They both currently reside in India at this address. Their contact numbers are this and this, respectively. The main purpose of the visit is to see their son and daughter in law, who are permanent residents of Canada, and to explore nearby attractions. We purchased a new house in Ottawa, Canada in 2023, and they would like to spend some time with us in our first home and feel proud of our achievements. They plan to travel to Canada on 1st September 2025 and will return on 31st March 2026. During this period, they aim to spend quality family time and visit popular tourist destinations in Ottawa, Montreal, and Toronto area. Now, after that, I am writing that Mr. Sanjay Kumar Gupta is a businessman in India. Then I'm talking about his assets and properties in India and how much money he holds there. I'm providing the INR amount and also converting it to Canadian dollars. And in addition, he owns a two-wheeler motorbike. So I'm just adding that as well, just to add some ties under his name. Then I'm talking about my mother. My mother, Mrs. Gita Gupta, who runs a home-based small business. Then I'm providing the name of that business in India, which is valued at this much Indian currency, and this is the Canadian currency. Together, they hold a significant financial assets. Mr. Sanjay Gupta has fixed deposits of worth this much amount, while Mrs. Geeta Gupta also has fixed deposit of this much amount. Both of these can be liquidated at any time if required. Additionally, they have combined investments of this much amount in multiple insurance policies like LICs in India. As responsible citizen of India, both diligently file their income taxes returns every year. Then I'm saying that during their visit, together they will be bringing some money around this much Indian currency. So this is the actual amount which I provided in their actual application. So they are bringing this much amount to Canada for their emergency needs. However, being their son and daughter-in-law, will bear all the expenses here in Canada, and we are also attaching the financial support letter. They will be living with us at our own house and will be visiting all the places with us. We, Arpit and Ayushi, together have enough funds. So this is the Canadian dollars in our Canadian bank accounts to accommodate their complete trip to Canada. So this is the the letter of invitation, and how I'm writing is like you need to modify based on your circumstances or your situations. But to summarize, what I'm doing here is you can just write the headers and these portion on the top. But what I'm doing is here I'm just giving some background or introduction of the applicants and about me and my wife. Then here I'm just giving more background of the applicants. In this paragraph, I'm covering the purpose of visit which they asked. So if I look into the requirements, it says that it should include the purpose of the visit. So I'm doing that here. And also it says that the length of a visit. So I'm including that as well. Then it says that oh sorry. So after that, I am including the ties to the home country. So generally ties, they ask for the ties to your home country. So here in this paragraph, I am including the ties. And here in the end, the last paragraph, I am including the details about that how much money they are bringing to Canada, and how it's me and my wife who will be supporting them for their accommodation in Canada. And this is where we wrote both the names, my name and my wife's name. And what we actually did, we printed this first page and did the hand signature. I signed this letter by hand, and even my wife signed the letter by hand. And then we scanned it and again attached it with the letter of invitation document. So this was just one page, but then I can scroll down. This is the second page where I'm including the promise of giving the money, the financial support to my parents. So the top part is same. I have the applicant's name and date of birth, the type of application, my name and my wife's name, address, phone number, and email ID. This is the heading that this is the letter of financial support to my parents, Mr. Sanjay Gupta and Mrs. Gita Gupta. And how I'm writing, I'm saying that dear Canadian immigration officer or visa officers, we hope this letter finds you well. We, Arpit Gupta and Aisha Gupta, are writing this to confirm our financial support for Mr. Sanjay Gupta and Mrs. Geeta Gupta during their temporary stay in Canada. They plan to be in Canada from this date to this date for tourism and spending some family time with us. Just giving some background again. As their son and daughter in law, we are committed to providing financial assistance to ensure that their stay is comfortable and stress free. We understand the financial responsibility involved and hereby confirm that following details. So, there are 2 points. Number one is commitment of the financial support. We, Arpit and Aishi, are a married couple and fully committed to providing complete financial support for Mr. Sanjay Gupta and Mrs. Kita Gupta during their temporary stay in Canada. Second point is proof of sufficient fund. So we need to prove that we have sufficient amount in our Canadian banks. So together we, Arpit and Ayushi, have combined bank balance of this much Canadian dollar, which we believe is more than sufficient to support Mr. Sanjay Kumar Gupta and Mrs. Geeta Gupta during their stay in Canada. Our detailed bank statements are attached under the proof of funds section. Below, we are also attaching the employment confirmation letter and previous year's notice of assessments that to prove that our income is above LICO, low income cutoff. This is the summary table which I formed. Here we have three accounts together. This is my individual account, this is the joint account, this is my wife's individual account, name of the institute. Then IRCC asked for the last 4 months of these statements. So we are providing 4 months of bank statements, and this was the amount in all these three banks, and this is the total amount. So this is how we proved that this much money we already have in our bank account, and by providing the remaining documents, we proved that our income is above LICO. Then we are writing that we are fully aware of the financial responsibilities associated with Mr. Sanjay Kumar Gupta and Mrs. Geeta Gupta's stay and are prepared to cover any unforeseen expenses that may arise. Should you require any additional information or documents to support our commitment, feel free to reach out at these numbers. Thank you for considering this request. We are looking forward to their visit to Canada and trust that they will have a wonderful and memorable experience. Then again, even in this, we printed this page did the hand signature. Me and my wife, we both did the hand signature on this page, because this is something, it's better to do the hand sign. Then on the next page I have the index page, and in this I'm saying that what documents I have on each pages of this letter of invitation document. So the page 1, the invitation letter, which I have already shown you on the top. Second page, letter of financial support, I have also talked about that. Then this is the third page, the index page. Then on the fourth page I added my employment confirmation letter. On the fifth page, I added my notice of assessment. And I think I forgot to mention that it's not the latest notice of the assessment. I added my recent three notice of assessment in the letter of invitation. So that's why, like from page number 5 to page number 13, I had my three notice of assessments there. Then after that, I provided my wife's employment confirmation letter and her notice of assessments. You can see yes. Then PR card. So why PR card? To prove my status in Canada. Then my wife's PR card to prove her status in Canada. And then remember, IRCC also asked that we must provide the proof for relationship. So for that, I provided my passport. So my passport has my wife's name Ayushi Gupta, my father's name Sanjay Kumar Gupta, and my mother's name Geeta Gupta. So that was the great document for that relationship proof. So you can see that letter of invitation. This sounds like just one letter, but in that one letter, there are so many pages which we uploaded to fulfill all the criteria from IRCC. So I'm going to close that, and we'll open the forms again and attach the letter of invitation. Okay, so we can just minimize this section. You can see that we have successfully uploaded the letter of invitation, and this is the name of the file. Let's move on to the next section, next document, which is the proof of income for the children or grandchildren. Let's expand this to understand what details they need. So submit documents that shows the super visa applicant's child or grandchild, which means I, meets the low income cutoff minimum in the form of one of the following documents. So this is kind of basically the same thing which we provided for the letter of invitation. And what they need a copy of the most recent notice of assessment. So most recent, so I'm just going to provide latest notice of assessment for myself and for my wife both, and says one of the following. So you don't need to provide everything. If you don't have the notice of assessment, you can provide your latest T4 or T1 or anything else from this if you have anything else. So let's find the document which we are going to upload here. This is the document, SK Gita Proof of Income Children. Uh, and again, this is the common document for both the applicants, my mother and my father. That's why I named SK Gita Proof of Income Children. Open this and let's see what do we have here. So this is the cover page. We have the applicant's name and date of birth, the type of application. This is the heading, proof of income, children and grandchildren. This document contains the following. So this is the index page, what we are going to attach. Arpit's passport. Why? To provide the relationship proof. Okay. Then next we have my wife's employment confirmation letter. Then my employment confirmation letter. Then my wife's most recent notice of assessment and my most recent notice of assessment. So that's it. It's not very long document. So I provided my passport here on this page. Then next page I provided my wife's employment confirmation letter, my employment confirmation letter, my wife's notice of assessment. Only one is enough. So the latest one, and then my most recent notice of assessment. So this was it. This is the proof of income document, and I'm going to upload that. Let's click on add file, proof of income, children, upload. And you are good with this second document as well. Now, third one is the national identity document. So for the Indians, it's basically the Aadhaar card. And if you are from any other country, you must be having some other national identity document. You can upload that. And if you want to read, this is the requirement. But I can show you something here. As you can see that this is the national identity document for my father. You can see the name SK, national identity document. And I have separate national identity document for my mother. So there are two separate files. For this section, I'm going to upload my father's document. So I'll select that. And if you are curious, I can just open that and show you. So this is the Aadhaar card of my father. Close this. So we are done with the national identity document. Next one is passport. Again, it's very simple. I don't have to read or explain anything. Passport or travel document. If you want, I can show you the passport page here. SK passport. So it's different, and my mother's passport is different. I'll just open and show you. So this is just one page document, front and back. This is the front, this is the back on a single page. I'll upload that. So let's upload SK passport. Okay, we are good with this. Now funds, proof of funds. Okay, so here we need to read the requirements. If you won't be getting financial support from someone during your stay, then you need to provide these documents. And if you will depend on someone financially during your stay, then you need to provide these documents. So if in case the applicants are not getting any support from the people in Canada, which means they have their own money, they are bringing their own money. So what they can do is they can provide their own bank statements from their home country for the last 4 months. And you don't have to provide all three. It just says that one or more of the following pieces of evidence. So the past 4 months of bank statement should be enough. But in our case, we wrote that our parents, the applicants, will be financially dependent on us. So if you will depend on someone financially during your stay in Canada, then provide a letter of statement from the person that you will depend on while in Canada, which means that I have to provide a letter to my parents saying that I'll bear all the expenses. The letter of statements must include the amount of money this person will be providing, plus the proof that this person also has the sufficient funds. And this can be one of the following. Remember, one or more. So you don't have to provide everything. You can just see accordingly what documents you have easily available and provide that. The first point is that proof of a Canadian bank account, that we have the Canadian bank accounts in our name, proof of student or education loan from a financial institution, bank statements, because this is very easily available for the past 4 months. So we, I think, provided the bank statements of the last 4 months to prove this proof of funds. And you can read that. I'm just going to open the form which I prepared, the document, sorry, which I prepared. Proof of funds. Yeah, this is the one. And this is the common document for my parents, mother and father. That's why I name it SK Gita, proof of funds. Let's open it. The format is same. On the top, you have the applicant's name, date of birth, type of application, then my name and my wife's name, address, phone number, and email ID. This is the header, proof of funds, letter of financial support for Mr. Sanjay Kumar Gupta and Mrs. Gita Gupta. This is basically kind of very similar document which you have seen in the letter of invitation, except that I have added the additional information here, which is the information about my parents' bank account in their home country. So I'm not going to read the top part because it's the same which I have already shown you in the letter of invitation section. And after that, I wrote that additionally, Mr. Sanjay Kumar Gupta and Mrs. Geeta Gupta are bringing over 15,000 Canadian dollars combined in their bank accounts, in their saving accounts, in the form of cash, which can be liquidated anytime if needed. We are also attaching their Indian bank account statements for the last 4 months, and here I am providing the the conversion rate of on that day when I was submitting the application. So this is my father's name, Sanjay Kumar Gupta, my mother's name, Geeta Gupta. This is the institution name column. So I provided the bank name where they hold the account, statements from September to December, last 4 months statement, and this is the amount which was available in their bank accounts. So I provided the amount in INR as well as in Canadian currency. We are fully aware of the financial responsibilities associated with Mr. Sanjay Kumar Gupta and Mrs. Kita Gupta's stay and are prepared to cover any unforeseen expenses that may arise. Should you require any additional information or documents to support any commitment, please feel free to contact us at these numbers. Thank you for considering the request. We are looking forward to their visit to Canada and trust that they will have a wonderful and memorable experience. Then we have our name date, and yeah, we printed this form, this page we signed by hand, I signed this letter and my wife signed this letter, scanned it and attached again here. Hope this is clear for you guys. Next, I have the index page. So yeah, you can see I have provided bunch of documents and proofs. So let's see, what do I have here? Relationship evidence. I don't want to miss any opportunity to provide something. So I provided my passport to prove the relationship between me, my wife, my parents, because my passport is the centralized document, I would say. It has all the names. Arpit's employment confirmation letter, like, because this is the proof of funds document. So we need to tell them that how that I'm employed and I'm getting a salary from this employer. Then Arpit's bank statements last 4 months. Same documents for my wife, employment's confirmation letter and the bank statements of last 4 months. Then this is the joint bank statements. Me and my wife, we have a joint account, so we provided the bank statements on from that account as well. Next, my father's income tax returns and bank statements. So most recent tax return and last 4 months of bank statements of from their Indian account. My father's fixed deposits and proof of their investment policies. Then the same documents for my mother as well. Her latest income tax return document, the bank statements of her last 4 months, then the fixed deposits and proof of investment policies. So these were the documents which I provided under the proof of funds section. I'll just close this and go back to the application. I'll upload the file, proof of funds. Okay, upload. Minimize this. Now, use of representative form, IMM 5476. I see this option here because I chose the representative in this supervisor application. If you do not select any representative in the application, then you will not get this option to upload the document. But since I did, I need to upload a proof of, I need to upload the use of representative form. You can download this IMM 5476 form from the IRCC website easily. I'll just show you the filled form, IMM 5476. And yes, this is also going to be the separate documents for all the applicants. That's why I named it as SK IMM 5476. Let's open this. If you are familiar with the IRCC forms, then probably you might have seen this form before. But just to quickly summarize that, this is a 3-page document. There are 4 sections basically, section A, B, C, and D. Section A is about the applicant information. So I'll fill my father's name here, Gupta Sanjay Kumar, my father's date of birth, and if you do not have anything to fill, type NANA. This is the UCI number because we had the UCI number from our previous rejected visit visa application. Then section B is about the representative. So if you are appointing a representative, you need to fill this section B. Name of the representative. Since I became the representative, so I wrote my name here. I'm a family or friend, so that's why I checked this box. The next page, you can see it's a scanned copy. Why it's a scanned copy? Because I signed here. What else I have here? So on this seventh question, they are asking about the contact information about the representative. So I fill NA, where it was like I had nothing to fill. Then the address, province Ontario, Canada, postal code, telephone number, email ID. This is the date. And here I signed. So I printed this form after filling everything. I wrote the date from my hands and I did the signature. Section C is if you're canceling the appointment of the representative. So it's not. So that's why I wrote NA. Section D is the declaration which has to be signed by the applicant themselves. So this is for my father. On this page, my father wrote the dates and did the hand signature. So I sent him this page 3 alone. He printed this page, did the hand signature, scanned the copy, and sent it back to me. So that's how I arranged page 1, page 2, and page 3. And for my mother's use of representative form, page 1, page 2 was exactly same. Only the page 1 was not same. Page 1 we have to fill the applicant's name here. Page 2 was exactly same, and page 3 I had my mother's signature here. So I hope you are clear with the use of representative form. I'll just upload that. Use of representative for my father. Relationship proof. Okay. So what they accept? A marriage certificate, an official certificate naming you as a parent. So I have both. I have marriage certificate, which has all the names, and I also have my passport, which has all the names: my name, my wife's name, my father's name, my mother's name. So let's see if I can show you that. Relationship, yeah. So proof of relationship, SK Gita. It's basically going to be the same document for my mother and father. Open this. So yeah, as you can see, I uploaded my passport here, front page and back page. It has all the names: my father's name, mother's name, and my wife's name. Then on the second page, I added the marriage certificate. So it has my name, my father's name, my mother's name, and my wife's name. So it has, so these two documents I provided. Let's close this one and upload the document. SK Gita proof of relationship. Okay, minimize this. Now the marriage certificate of the applicants, because this is super visa, and I'm applying for my mother and father together. So IRCC just want to see that they are actually married. But what happens if you do not have the marriage certificate? Yes, I did not have the marriage certificate for my parents. So what I did, I'll just show you that. Open the document, SK marriage certificate, and I have separate letter for my mother. I'll show you why. My father and mother, they did not have the marriage certificate. I wrote this explanation letter, you can say. The format is same. On the top you have the applicant's name, date of birth, the visa type. This is the heading: proof of marriage, alternate documents. My father is writing this application, and he is saying that I hope this letter finds you well. I'm writing this explanation letter to you regarding not having a marriage certificate. I, Sanjay Kumar Gupta, was married to Geeta Gupta on this date in India. We have been happily married for around these many years now, and we have three beautiful children together. Then I'm writing very basic information like name and date of birth of the children. And I'm saying that our son, Arpit Gupta, is the one who is a Canadian PR now and inviting us to visit him in Canada. Since I do not have the official marriage certificate from the government, I'm providing you the other official documents to prove my marriage with my wife Geeta Gupta. Below is the list of documents I am providing for the same. So, what my father is providing here, he's providing his passport, his wife's passport, and his son's passport. So, in his passport, his name is there and his spouse name is there, which means my mother's name is there. Then, in his wife's passport, wife's name is there, my mother's name is there. Then, her spouse name is there. So, Sanjay Kumar Gupta. And in my passport, the father's name is Sanjay Gupta and mother's name is Geeta Gupta. So that way, we provided three official documents to prove that they are actually married. And this is how you can attach. This is my father's passport, my mother's passport, and at last, my passport. And we have all the names here. And it actually worked. And what I did for my mother, just changed the language a little bit. I wrote like I, Geeta Gupta, was married to Mr. Sanjay Kumar Gupta, and some wordings here. So if this is okay, I'll just go back to the application and upload the marriage certificate. SK marriage certificate, upload. Medical insurance proof. Yes, you need a medical insurance if you are applying for the super visa. And this medical insurance should have the coverage for 1 year or above. It's not like that if you are visiting for 2 months or 6 months, you will get the medical insurance only for that duration. You have to have the medical insurance for at least 1 year. And if you are staying only for 6 months here, what you can do is you can contact to the insurance company, and they will provide you the refund for remaining 6 months. But in the beginning, you have to attach the medical insurance proof for whole 1 year coverage. And in case if you're wondering what documents I provided for that, so I can show you that one as well. Proof of medical insurance. So this is going to be common document for both of them. So I wrote it SK Kita, proof of medical insurance. Just one page of document. And I got the health insurance, the travel insurance from Manulife. So this is the document. It's for 1 year. I have hidden the dates so you cannot see that. And this is the sum insured, $100,000, which is the minimum requirement they should have. So okay, I'm going to upload this one now here. Medical insurance, SK Gita, proof of medical insurance. Click on upload, and we are done. So you can see that we have uploaded all the mandatory documents. I have also shown you that what you have to write in your documents, how you have to prepare. Now the only thing is left is the optional document. In that optional documents, I did not upload anything for the consent, personal information and employer letter, but I did upload a document for the additional documents. So this is additional documents, which means if you have anything else to add or to explain to make your application strong, you can use this section. So I'm going to show you what I uploaded for the additional documents. And again, this is going to be the common document for my mother and father. Let's open that. On the first page, on the very first page, I have the index. The formatting is same. Applicant's name, date of birth, type of application. This is the heading, additional documents, and it says that letter of additional documents to support this visit visa application. Or I think I should say that super visa application. I think I missed that, but that's fine. So I'm saying that, dear Canadian immigration official, visa officers, this document contains the following additional documents to support our super visa application to Canada. And what does it have? Number one, we have the itinerary, the purpose of visit. Then we have the details about the previous visit visa rejection and how we are strengthening this current super visa application. Then we have some documents to prove the ties to home country. This is the summary page for the home ties. Then I'm providing some individual documents for the home ties. So this is like my father's ties to home country, and here I'm providing my mother's ties to home country. And at last, I'm providing the home ownership proof of myself here in Canada, because in the invitation letter and in the proof of funds, I talked about that I own a house here in Canada. So I'm just providing that proof as well. So let's see, itinerary. The format is same, itinerary, and it includes the purpose of visit as well. Dear Canadian immigration official, visa officers, our intended travel dates to Canada are from 1st September 2025 to 31st March 2026. Throughout our stay, we plan to reside at our son Arpit's residence located at this address in Canada. Arpit along with his wife Ayushi Gupta recently purchased their first home in Canada. The main purpose is to visit our son and daughter-in-law who are a permanent residents of Canada and to explore nearby attractions. They purchased a new house in 2023 and we would like to spend some time with them in their first home and feel proud of their achievements. We have enclosed all the necessary documents as proof of their property ownership. We plan to travel to Canada on September 1st, 2025 and return on 31st March 2026. During this period, we aim to spend quality family time and visit popular tourist destinations in Ottawa, Montreal, and Toronto area. In summary, our visit to Canada serves two main purposes: visiting our son and daughter-in-law in Canada and engaging in tourism activities, exploring cities like Ottawa, Montreal, Toronto, etc. We appreciate your consideration of our visa application and are committed to adhering all the regulations during our stay. And the name of the applicants and the date. So this was the itinerary. Then next we have the details about previous visit visa rejection and how we are strengthening the this current super visa application. So this is the format. This is the heading. We are writing, dear Canadian immigration official, visa officer. We are writing to provide additional context regarding our super visa application and to outline the reasons why this application is significantly stronger than our previous temporary resident visa TRV application, which was refused in November 2024 due to the concerns about the financial situation. Since that decision, we have addressed all the concerns to present a more compelling case. And I have provided 4 points here. The number one is enhanced financial resources. So we have significantly, this is not me, this is my father is saying, or my mother is saying, or you can say the applicants are saying, we have significantly improved our financial position. This includes liquidating some of our fixed deposits, receiving a monetary gift from our son Arpit Gupta, who is inviting us to Canada, and collecting pending amounts owed to us by the customers and acquaintances, ensuring our account reflects adequate resources for our purpose of visit. We also hold valuable assets. And then my father was writing some details about dispossessions and the assets. Full documentation is attached to support these claims. Second point is about financial support from hosts, which means we are promising to provide the money to our parents during their stay. Our son and daughter-in-law, Arpit Gupta and Aishi Gupta, have ample funds, these many Canadian dollars, in their Canadian bank accounts to fully sponsor our stay, covering accommodations, food, transport, and any other expenses. A detailed letter of financial support has been provided in a separate section under the proof of funds and along with the proof of their bank balances and stable employment. Third point is about the strong family ties. So we have substantial ties to India, including the ownership. You can say house ownership, property ownership, or anything else, ongoing business operations, and two daughters, ensuring our intentions to return home after our visit. So, here, whatever ties you have to your home country, you can provide that. The fourth point, purpose of visit. The purpose of our visit is family oriented and celebratory, as we plan to spend quality time with Arpin and Ayushi, visiting their home and explore Canadian attractions. We have no intention of overstaying. So these are the 4 points which I provided to challenge the previous visit visa rejection. And then my parents wrote their name and their UCI number as well, because here on this page we are talking about their previous visit visa application. So that's why we wrote the UCI number as well. Okay, so we challenged all the points here. Okay, so this is the summary page for the ties to home country. So to summarize, we have 3 points here. One is home ownership, second one is land property or vehicle ownership, and the third point is about investments. So depending on what ties do you have from your home country, you can provide that information, but this is the format we wrote for this letter. These aspects underline our strong connections and commitments to our home country, India. Given our familial and professional responsibilities, we assure you that our visit to Canada is temporary and we are committed to returning to India on 31st March 2026. All proofs attached under the proof of funds section. We appreciate your consideration of our visa application and assure you of our compliance with all the regulations during our stay in Canada. Name and the date. So if I just scroll up and go back to the first page, So I've shown you the documents until here, until page 4. And after that, I provided all the documents which were available to prove the home ties for my father and mother. And at last, I provided some documents to prove my home ownership in Canada as well. So, so this was all it in the additional documents. And why I thought it was important, because in this additional document, we were able to provide the itinerary separately. We were able to, uh, emphasized more on the purpose of visit. We were able to tell the IRCC that how we are challenging the previous rejection forms, and the ties to home country. We provided the documents like the property related documents, or any assets they have back in their home country. So that's why this additional document was helpful. So let's upload that. And since this is the common document, it must be here, SK Gita additional documents. Okay, just minimize this. So you can see that we have now uploaded everything which is required for my father. What I'll do is I can go save and continue, but what I'll do at this point, I'll return to the group table, do the same thing for my mother. Because remember, you cannot assume that if you provide the documents only for your father, ISC will get automatically for your mother as well. No. So this is for my mother's section, and you can see that everything is empty. What I'll do is I will quickly upload each and every documents, and then we'll talk about it later. So yeah, I'm just going to upload the documents very quickly. Okay, so you can see that I have uploaded the documents for my mother as well. And you can see the naming. If the document is common, I'm going to name them as SK Gita. And if it is a separate document for my mother alone, then I'm just writing her name and the type of the document which I'm going to upload there, like this, or like the passport. So if everything is done, click on save and continue. Then the consent. Do you consent to be contacted by CIC? Yes. Oh, okay. So this is the declaration from mother. So Gupta Gita. We have to do the same thing for father as well. And save and continue. So this is done, and we missed this portion for father. Oh, okay. So I have to go to the document section. So previously I missed to fill this for my father. So I'll do that now. This is basically a declaration, you can say. Save and continue. So now you have completed the application form, you have filled all the details, and you have also uploaded all the required documents which is needed for this super visa application, and you have done this separately for your father and mother. And you can see the status. It says complete and complete, and it also says that you will now need to tell us who is the principal applicant, in this grouped visa application. So click on this box and save and continue. You can choose anyone as a principal applicant. It doesn't matter much, I guess. So I'm selecting my father as a principal applicant. Click on save and continue. And then who is the other one? Spouse, because they are husband and wife. You are now ready to pay and submit for the applications. Save and continue. Now this is the visitor visa fees. You have two members. It is $100 each. Save and continue. Now you are prompt on the payment page. What you need to do is you just need to fill this payment form and complete the payment. Once this is done, and that's it. I don't think you need to do anything extra, and your application will be submitted. If not, you will see the option. You will see some option here to submit the application or maybe to upload the proof of payment page. I don't remember exactly, but that's fairly simple. So you can follow that. And yeah, I think that's all about it. So this was it. We have completely filled the application form for both the applicants. We have also uploaded all the required documents for both the applicants separately. Then in the end, we have also signed the declaration that is also separately for both the applicants. And finally, we have made the payments for this Super Visa application. So this was it, the end of the part 3 and the Super Visa video series. Well, I'm enjoying my time here with my parents right now, and I also wish you the same. Thanks for watching.